Just the status of the team. How y'all feeling going to this road meet this week?
Yeah, well, practice this week has actually been really good. I was really excited. The team came back in on Sunday, just got right back to work, and it didn't, the performance on bars didn't, get them too down. I think they felt like, practice has been great. That wasn't what we know we can do. Let's get it going and let's get back in the gym and continue working and figure out what we need to do about it. And that's what you want to see in a team. They've had a really great week of practice. I've seen a lot of grit. I've seen a lot of motivated student athletes, and we're really excited to get on the road and keep this season rolling.
Yeah. Last time you were at Auburn, I guess maybe the highlight so far of your tenure here, the
Mhm.
best team score. Maybe can that rekindle anything, or what you think you'll be thinking of that when you go in?
I for sure will be. I think the biggest thing that we want to make sure we talk with the team about and keep in our minds is that 2 years ago when we went to Auburn, there was probably 1,000 people in the audience because of COVID, and we know the environment at Auburn when there's a full crowd and all the seats pulled out is a little bit different than that. And so, want to make sure that our student athletes are mentally prepared for that and go in with the mindset of, what, there's going to be a lot of noise, there's going to be a few distractions, but all we can do is block out the distractions, stay in our bubble, stay really tight, and just be mentally tough. And that's something that we've dialed in on even starting in the preseason was our mental toughness. And I think it was really put to test this past weekend. And the team has decided they want to reset that mental toughness, and they've worked on it in the gym this week. And it's going to require that at Auburn, I think, with knowing their fan base and knowing what that arena is going to feel like with, probably a sold out crowd. We want to make sure they're prepared for that. But nonetheless, every SEC arena is that way. And I'm really excited to get out there with the team. I think a full crowd is something that fuels our team. It makes them excited, and they want to go out there and continue performing and showing what they're capable of.
Okay, I might have another one or two, but want to yield to Courtney or whoever.
Okay.
Hey, Jordyn, just kind of bouncing off of that, obviously it seems like this team isn't really daunted by the road, especially with how you guys performed at Nebraska. How do you think it will be different going to an SEC environment on the road instead of, a different conference?
Well, I think my hope as a coach is that it is not different, and that's something we talk about with the team a lot. Is no matter where you are, what colors are in the arena, how many fans are in the crowd, no matter what, the job is the same. But for an athlete, the goal is, like I talked about, to channel, just be in your zone and tune out the noise, whether that noise be crowd or cameras or distractions like social media, things like that. Just to be in their bubble and stay just really mentally dialed in. And that's something that we try to simulate the best we can in practice. But at the end of the day, these athletes got to where they are because they are tough and they are competitively fierce. And that's something I really want them to kind of dial in and really lean back on when we go to Auburn this weekend.
And you talked about that performance on bars. What have you guys specifically done this week to kind of, get back on track? And you talked about some things that you wanted to work on in the post press conference of the last meet. Kind of what have you guys been doing this week, or why do you think practice has been going so well?
Yeah. Well, I think practice has been going well because, we have a really talented, strong, and motivated team. And to be honest with you, practice has been going well up until this point. And so, and I know I even said this in the post meet press conference, but the day before we hit a full lineup of really solid routines. And so, for the team, I think my message was just reset, reset to what you're capable of. We don't have a problem that needs fixing. We just need to dial in our mental toughness a little bit more. And what we saw at the meet, I think, was just a result of having 3 freshmen in our bar lineup. That's 50% of the lineup. And we're going to go through those growing pains when we have young ones in the lineup. And now they know what it's going to feel like. And so what we've done this week is we've simulated a little bit more pressure in our training and on every day. And so, one of the days it was more individually, they had to salute a routine, they had to be judged and scored, and based on that score determined how many routines they had to do that day. And so that was one thing we did. And then another thing we did yesterday was we split them into 2 groups, and essentially they had to hit a full lineup consecutively. And that is exactly what a meet feels like. You want to go up and hit 6 solid routines, and feeling that wanting to go up and hit your routine is a little bit different than just going to the event in practice and having to get your assignment done. So we simulated a little bit of that pressure and got some good information and figuring out what the lineup is going to be, whether we need to change the order or, we've always got Maddie Jones, who is she had an elbow surgery over the summer, and we've really paced her. She's not able to do the full numbers everyone else is able to do right now. So she's not been in the lineup, but she's a really great option. She's looking back to full strength now. So we're really figuring out what that lineup is going to look like this weekend and in what order, so that we can get our best possible team result.
Perfect. That's it for me. Tom, you can ask the rest of your questions.
Yeah. Hey, Jordyn, the performance you had in the second half of the meet the other day, I mean, is that a winning performance? I mean, can you guys, if you do that, can you start winning meets and, excel?
Yeah, absolutely. And, if you look at our, at the full meet, 3 out of the 4 events were fantastic. And if we would have had, 1 point added onto our bar score, we would have won the meet. And it's easy to say that after the meet is over, but I think it just goes to show that we're working really hard. The team is in a really great spot. Obviously, we should have handled the pressure a little bit better on that one singular event. But we're working through those, mental toughness things. And, I think what you saw on beam and floor was a really strong performance. The reality is we can be even better than that. I think a 49.35 is a good place to be in second meet of the season. What we're pushing towards is that 49.5 score. And, there's little areas we always know we can improve. I feel like I say that every week. But it's true. And I think it was a strong performance, but we're looking to be even better than that.
Okay. Do you anticipate Nora going in the all around and anybody else joining her?
Yeah. So this weekend, we haven't made that decision yet. She will either do 3 or 4 events. A lot of it depends on how Leah Smith is feeling. She tweaked her knee a little bit in the warm up, and we pulled her out on vault and floor just out of precaution, and we got her looked at right after the meet was over. She's fine. She just has a low grade sprain in her knee, and is feeling almost 100% again. So whether or not she's going to be able to compete on floor will determine if Nora does the all around. So we'll see. We haven't made that decision yet, and she'll likely, if she does the all around, she'll likely be the only one.
Okay, and then any other potential lineup changes?
Well, I mentioned bars. We might see one change there. Beam is one event that we, the first week we had Lauren Williams in. The second week we put Callie Swaney in, and really wanted to see how each of them did. Callie did an awesome job with a 9.875. So that is still one of those lineups that could change at any time. And we've got really strong backup options for that event. So we'll see about beam. And then, vault, we've got, we had Mackie back in last week. Sorry, I'm running through them in my mind based off memory. Vault is one where we've got a couple people that might be switching in and out. So it's Wednesday. We've still got 48 hours till the meet. We haven't made any final decisions, and a lot of it is dependent on how practice goes tomorrow morning.
Okay. Well, thanks. Best of luck.
Thank you.
All right. I think that's it. Unless Courtney, you have anything else?
No, I'm good. Thanks, Jordyn.
Thanks.
All right. Well, thank you both for being here. I appreciate it.